Ever since the season tipped off, you have been a one-person wrecking ball.
Dijonai Carrington stormed over to Sabally after the game, squared off like it was UFC instead of tip-off, and the WNBA said nothing. This wasn't just a heated moment. It was a full-on confrontation that had everyone holding their breath. The cameras caught everything, and fans online are demanding accountability before things spiral further and damage the league's growing reputation beyond repair. You might be thinking, how did things get so out of hand so fast? What really happened between Carrington and Sabally that set off this chaos? Let's break down the post-game scene and see just how explosive it really got. The end of the game was anything but routine, while some players exchanged tired fist bumps and tried to shake off the loss. Dijonai Carrington stood out. She looked furious, her glare fixed on Satou Sabally, who was laughing with her own teammates. The contrast couldn't be sharper. Sabally relaxed and celebrating, Carrington barely containing her frustration. In a flash, Carrington made her move. She marched straight toward the Mercury's huddle, and you even spot her thigh tattoo, dirt-bagged in. As she closes the gap, showing zero restraint, Carrington didn't come over for sportsmanship. She squared up to Sabally, making it clear this was personal. Her shoulders were set, her gestures sharp, and her voice cut through the post-game noise. The body language said it all. She was ready for a confrontation, not a handshake. Sabally at first looked confused, almost amused, but her expression changed fast when Carrington got close. Sabally stepped back, and for a second, it looked like things might explode. That's when chaos really took over. Teammates and officials rushed between them, trying to keep things from boiling over. Some players pulled Carrington back, but she broke loose for a moment, leaning in, making it look like she might shove Sabally or worse. The whole scene was tense. Even the broadcast announcers were alarmed, calling for security and saying, at this point, "Bro, something has to be done." You can see in the footage, security was on edge, expecting a fight to break out at any second. And look, Paige Bueckers had just put on a show. 35 points on 13 of 19 shooting, 5 for 7 from 3, plus 6 rebounds and 4 assists. But none of that mattered now. The spotlight shifted from Bueckers' incredible performance to Carrington's outburst. Some fans believe Carrington's frustration was fueled by being overshadowed by Bueckers' breakout game. But the real story is more complicated. This wasn't just about losing. The way Carrington targeted Sabally, closing in with that kind of aggression, suggested something deeper. There's another layer here. This isn't the first time Carrington and Sabally have clashed on the court. Their rivalry goes back at least a season, and Sabally seems to end up in Carrington's crosshairs more often than anyone else. The pattern is hard to ignore. Carrington's confrontations aren't random. They look calculated, almost as if she's picking her moments and her targets. And it's not just Sabally. Carrington has a reputation for getting into it with other players, too, jawing at opponents, pushing the limits, forcing officials and teammates to intervene. Commentators have started to notice, calling her actions spooky and questioning why the league hasn't stepped in. When you see how quickly things escalated this time, it's impossible not to wonder if this is becoming a dangerous habit.